Oh, it's live.
It's live. This is how fast it's happening. Yeah. So anyone who is unfortunate enough to watch this, which is currently zero, yeah, nice and private. It's like we're having a breakup at a coffee shop, but like no one bothered to show before I broke your heart. Where I have a lot planned for my channel that involves this nonsense, that involves using StreamYard, and so like I really just want to get comfortable using it. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this. There's going to be a lot. I wonder if this button does. Let's figure it out.
Ooh, tiny.
Yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at all this. Ooh.
Probably another thing you probably need to do that they do a lot of is share a separate screen. Saw somebody doing that last night, and I'm like, ooh, high tech.
Let's see. Slide. Okay, I don't have any slides. I'm trying the present button. Share screen. Share screen with at least 2 monitors. Share screen.
I'm gonna go turn a light on. Maybe I can look better.
Ooh, is that working?
Hold on a second.
I'm waiting.
A light on. Yes, that is working.
Yeah, girl.
And that way you can show slides. Rohan was doing that last night with his, instead of him showing the comics, he had already done slides of each comic he wanted to show.
That's cool.
That way he just presented it. And
yeah, so the thing that I want to start here, how do we, there we go. So the thing that I want to start doing more of, well, I mean, when we start doing this, like with this wrestling thing, is I'm just going to be the, what is it called? Like the chairman, where I just like, I put fights together. And so primarily it's going to be, okay, cut to your screen, cut to their screen, cut to all 3 of us, cut to just me, cut to, so it's a lot of that dancing around that I want to get used to. And I'm saying all the options, but I'm also going to be doing the full blown pay for the year.
So you're going to have, how many people does it allow you to have on if you do pay?
I thought it was like 10.
Okay.
Hey.
And right now it's showing you how many?
Right now, I think the max you can do in the free version is like 5.
Okay.
So yeah, this is, I'm just playing with it. This is going to be really fun. And so I bought a separate camera because my laptop camera, that's one thing I've always been like nerdy about with this YouTube thing, is like I want to have the best audio that I can, and I want to have the best video that I can. So I bought this camera. It has a stupid name. I'll pull it up for you. It really does. It has a dumb name.
That's where I need to up my game, is my video and sound quality. Because I watch, even when I'm in a live stream, I'm looking at my video quality right now, and I'm looking at other people's video quality, and theirs is so much better than mine. I've switched to, a lot of times I'll show my comics and it's not showing me. The video quality on those, me showing the comics, is probably better because I'm using my phone. And I have the other camera that I use that has a better microphone, and I'm syncing it up is what I'm doing, so that I'm trying to get the best of both worlds, the quality from my phone as far as video, and then the sound from that microphone.
Yeah, so I use a V7 Shure mic, which I love my audio quality. I think it's fantastic. But let me show you. I pulled up the I'm going to get faster at this too, I promise. I pulled up the camera that I got. It's really cheap, but this is the camera that I use.
Okay.
You plug it in USB, no installation, no nothing. I plug it in, and StreamYard recognizes it right away. 15% off coupon as well right now. I bought it around for $50. So I'm thinking this might be like a permanent thing that they do, but it's like it's definitely a Chinese 4K cam. But I mean it does this. Looks good enough.
Which is better than what I'm getting.
Yeah, well, it's I read an article a while ago. It was really fun. It was like, why does your camera in your laptop always suck? And there was a bunch of reasons for it, but it definitely is.
Close friends, mine.
Oh, man.
That's what the title of the stream should have been: a scholar and a redneck.
Yeah. Mon, if you can, when he was going to try to join. Mon, I'm going to send you. Are you available now, Mon? If you are, I'll send you the link for realsies. Let me hide his comment. We're done with him.
So you're putting all your effort into this, really. This is where.
Well, no. So I'm still so. I'm alone with my daughter, so I can't, unfortunately. Oh, well, we still love you nonetheless. So the point, where I see the channel going, top to bottom, one episode a week. I'd like to do some sort of like news. I don't like the current body of comic book news that we have, because I don't know if you've noticed, but it's like really slanted politically. Or it's not slanted politically in that like one political party is taking over. It's that all the news that you get is slanted towards the political angle of how comic books look right now. So like if someone does a news channel, it's like I can count the seconds on the clock before someone's bringing up like, oh, the MCU and all that. And it's like, for people that don't like it, they talk about it a lot.
Right. So I know what you're saying, that it's just more of how the news should be, kind of straight facts. Here's what's going on. Regardless of whether or not you like it or dislike it, there's an immediate reaction now, it seems to be, when somebody puts something out that they either like or dislike it.
It's true. It's like the news is happening and you literally can't read anything but that.
You know, it's funny that thing right there, you know, me being a teacher, I'm sitting there thinking, this person has now just got caught. How many other people have been doing this, and for how long? Because, you know, it's been going on, and now finally somebody gets caught. The time between somebody getting caught and it actually starting is, you know, who knows? And this is the only person that's got caught doing it. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not surprised somebody hasn't already tried to do this before, of taking a slab, you know, taking the stuff out, putting it in. Ooh, this is a 9/8 now, you know, I don't know.
Now real talk. I've seen, and this is maybe it's because the controversy happening right now, but I was on Instagram earlier today looking at it was like a 3.5 Fantastic Four #1 that was up for sale on one of the Grail comic websites, right? And I'm looking at this 3.5 and I'm like, that looks way lower than a 3.5. And so I think to myself, like, if you had a 1.5 and you could slip it into a 3.5, that's a difference of like $10,000. So like, it behooves them to try this stuff.
Yeah, they're incentivized to do it. I mean, when that much money is involved, you're going to be incentivized to do those kind of things.
Yeah.
Does it make, like you said, now, do you constantly look at stuff and question? You know, it used to be, oh, well, this is a third party that's grading this, and, you know, me and you want to trade something. Hey, you've got that comic. I want to buy it from you, but I don't know if I can trust the pictures or not. So we're going to use this third party to mediate between us. That's what I feel CGC is a lot of times, to have a third party look at it and say, hey, it's this. Now, does it have you questioning everything you see on there? When you,
I mean, right now it does. Right now it does. So I will say though that for some of the rarer books, I have a friend that I work with, like at my job, and he has the CGC membership. He's been a big CGC guy for years. So whenever I'm talking about like a book that I'm interested in, his nerdiness always comes out when he's like, oh, what's the population? How many are in that grade? And so we're always looking at stuff like that. So to compare the number to like what it looks like, and some of the books that I buy that are low pop, I don't necessarily think that like who would screw around with this book. I'm not dealing with these high end things. But if I was in person and it was a slabbed book and we're at a convention, I don't know, like I'm looking at it, I'm holding it. Like, I don't know how many times have you bought a book that you were like, this is a 7.0, and then they grade it and they're like a 6.5, and you're like, yeah, I guess. If there's like a little bit of variance, I mean, reasonably, if you bought a book that like someone was like, haha, this is really a 4.0 and I'm putting it a 5.0, there's a reasonable expectancy that a grader could call it a 5.0, and then who the hell cares? So like, I guess if I'm looking at it, what I think it is a good thing. But like I said, I was on Instagram today. It was a 3.5 that did not look like a 3.5. This looked like a dirty 2. It did. It looked like a dirty 2.
Not in the good, dirty way.
No, like just like a you never met your dad. You never met the man. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I think it's casting a lot of aspersions on the security of these cases, and I don't know. Should they be ironclad? Like, should you not be able to get your book out of it to prevent this type of stuff? I don't know.
I guess that's probably what they're going to do next. Now they're going to case it, and there's probably going to be something that they seal in there that the seal is broken. Once the seal is broken in there, like a piece of tape, or something from CGC, and you have to be able to look at it, you can look at it and go, oh, okay, it's not broken. Like they do at gas stations where you've got your credit card reader and they have that thing that comes by and they slap that piece of tape over it that says, if this tape has been broken, then somebody has pulled out the credit card reader and put in a new one to just steal your credit card numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So like video game consoles, like for people who want to mod them, they always have some sort of sticker that says like, if they like to pull the thing off, they have like a little bit of a sticker that says like, if this sticker's been removed, you can't honor the manufacturer's warranty or whatever. So yeah, something like that. But yeah, so anyway, we got off on the tangent. The whole point is I would like, ideally, and this is maybe like a year from now, not that far off, but like ideally one episode a week would be just me covering news, like on a Friday, like, hey, here's all the best comic stories that I found during the week, like new writers being moved around, people that quit the company, whatever, like some drama, but not so much. And then after that, I think you're right, Mon. And then after that, like, so that would be one video that I do a week. Another video, I want the wrestling thing. I want that to be a big thing. I think that could lift all the boats together. And then the third video would be like a potpourri, like where I can get my artistic nonsense out and make like videos and stuff.
Right. So you still trying to stick to 2 videos a week or just 1 video a week?
Man, right now it really fell down to 1, just because it just, I don't know. Like in the beginning I was so jazzed, but then like it's weird, as my skill at editing increased, my ability to output decreased because I'm putting more effort into a polished product as opposed to like, I don't know. I really hate doing this because I sound like I think so much of myself, but like I really do I know my value. I put a lot of work into my videos. And so as I'm working on them, it takes more time. It takes a lot of effort to plan and stuff like that. And so like, I don't know.
See, and I've gone to 1 a week myself. At first I thought, oh, maybe I can put 2 out. I can't put 2 out. Like you said, I don't feel like the quality is there. And sometimes I'm just putting stuff out. I have a hard time getting mine past 10 minutes because it's in my nature as a math teacher, my type of math teacher, to cut out all the fluff and boil it down to here's what you need to know this. And so that seems to be what I do is I'll shoot a video and I'm cutting seconds off because I may have said and I'm cutting the out and I'm cutting everything out. That's the reason a lot of times I show my books so that I can cut those pauses like I just did then. I can cut all those pauses out, and that cuts. Once I get to the final product, I may have been filming for 12 minutes, but then it ends up being 6 minutes. I cut half of it because a lot of it is pausing, saying, moving one book to the, not moving it fast enough, those kind of things. So, and plus I like to watch other people's stuff and that takes a lot of time too. That's time intensive as well.
That's part of the hobby. Supporting
other people, watching their things. And so I'm like, you know what? I like when one person or a YouTuber puts out things on a certain day, because I'm a planner and I like to plan ahead. I'm like, ooh, so-and-so is putting something out on Wednesday. I know to expect it on Wednesday, or so-and-so is putting something out on Saturday. That way I know when it's going to roll around and I can go, that's something I can look forward to Saturday night when I'm in bed. And I know he put out a video today and I can watch that video. That's another reason I decided to just move to one per week on a certain day. I still, I kind of thought about Wednesday being the day, but I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of I've been watching a lot of content recently about like how to make your channel better.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just like, because I want to watch more comic book stuff, but like I also want to know like, what do I not know about this platform and how to maneuver it. And so I saw a guy that was like, it's either you can do long form comment, or you can do long form content, or you can do shorts, but you shouldn't be doing both.
Okay.
And he's like, because if you do shorts, you capture a shorts audience. But if you do long form content, you capture a long form content audience. And so shorts people primarily watch shorts, long forms primarily watch long forms. So if you have 30% of your channel is long form videos and 70% is shorts, the shorts people go like, well, it's mostly shorts, I'll stick around. But the long form people are like, I don't want to watch your goddamn shorts. And so they don't. And so like that made sense to me. And so now I'm just like, I'm tripling down on just like, I don't like shorts. I don't like making them. Right. I don't know. Like I have some sketches that I'd like to do, but I'd still rather present them in long form content.
See, and the funny thing is I like doing shorts more than I do long form content. It seems like I have an idea and it's not something that can be done for an extended period of time. Like the short I did today. I did a short today that was showcasing John Byrne art, took a cover, Fantastic Four 243, and some commissioned art that was on the internet and showcased where he reimagined that cover. And to me, that's 16 seconds worth of stuff. It took me a while to find that, and I enjoyed doing that. I like looking through his artwork, but that's not a long form thing. I guess I could, write an essay and think about what I was going to say about it and make it into long form. But I enjoyed making it into a short more than me thinking about turning it into long form content.
Yeah. So I don't know, but so ideally in a year, I see myself doing like probably 3 videos a week.
Okay.
But the only one that would be on a like strict schedule, the only 2 would be like news on Fridays, and then maybe Wednesday middle of the week would be the wrestling stuff.
Now, I noticed last night that Rohan, he had on his thing, he had that ticker down there at the bottom. It's almost like a news ticker. When you do your news thing, you could have, stuff scrolling along the bottom there.
Yep. Oh yeah. Gross. Super gross. Yeah. That's really gross. So, okay, let me show you some comics, because we're here for comics.
Oh,
did you buy comics in the 90s?
Yes.
Okay. So then, because we were in the chat of a chat group that we don't have, and in this chat group that doesn't exist, I mentioned a character from the 90s, and there was another person who kind of almost immediately told on themselves by the fact that they didn't buy comics in the 90s, because they're like, I've never heard of this character. Right. And I almost caught a note of frustration of being like, who is this character? Why does everybody know who they are? And so if you were in the 90s and you went to the comic store, you know who Dawn is.
Yes.
And so this is I got this recently. This is a first appearance of Dawn. Cry for Dawn #1.
Now, where did you get this from?
eBay.
eBay. Okay.
eBay, because I've realized recently I don't necessarily give a lot of money to these comic book companies. I give a lot of money to resellers. I give a lot of money to comic shops. So when I was growing up, my parents used to say, like, if you don't vote, you don't get to complain. And so, like, because if you're not participating in democracy, you don't get to complain about democracy. And so, like, I've been thinking about that lately in terms of comics. Like, I don't have a pull list. I go to flea markets, I go to yard sales, I go to my comic shop, I go to eBay, I go to Mercari, but I don't give money to Marvel or DC. So like, do I have any right to complain about the current state of the market that I don't participate in?
Well, I mean, you're always allowed to have an opinion about something, right?
Sure, but does it have value if you're not like
I mean, does it have value to you? Then you express it, and then other people decide whether or not it has value. When was the last time you had a pull list? How long ago was that?
Oh God, 2007.
2007.
It's been a very, very long time since I've had a pull list. I like right now I'm reading. Of course, I don't have. Of course, it's not near me, but I can grab the next issue in the box that I would be reading. I'm reading like Year of the Villain, that series.
Yeah.
And so this is the Hawkman portion of Year of the Villain. What year is this? Like, this is the most modern book I'm reading right now. And this came out in 2020. This was a pandemic release.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not really keeping up with the current stuff. I'm reading what I want when I want.
See, and that's me. I'm not keeping up with the current stuff. My height of reading, because I've actually been going back and looking at when I started reading comics, like what's the first comic book you ever read and where is it and do you still have it and that kind of thing, was from the late 70s, like 79, 78 to 2001. In between there, I was reading comic books religiously, every week. I was sitting there ahead of time, going there every Saturday. I was going to a comic book shop or getting it in the mail, or as a younger kid going to a gas station and looking at the spinner racks, finding something, or if it was my very first comic book, going in my brother's room and stealing his and I was reading. So ever since 2001, or really 1998, I haven't been reading as much. And everybody was like, well, what happened in 1998? I got my teaching job, and I didn't realize how labor intensive teaching was. And it took a lot of my time away from doing other things, because you were spending hours at night grading papers and doing other things that I didn't realize. And so there was a long period of time. And then it was only summer, it seemed like, that I was reading, had time to read and had time to do other things. And so it kind of, plus, relationships and other things were interfering with that time that you were spending. And it's only been, I don't know, since the past couple of years that I've gotten back into it, that actually trying to go back and read. Now I still have a pull list, but my pull list is only Iron Man. That's it. That's the only thing that I have on my pull list.
What is that now? That's like Superior Iron Man or Invincible Iron Man?
No, it's Invincible Iron Man now. And it's a weird, again, I feel like I'm old and I'm so far removed and I don't know what's going on. Doesn't matter whether it's DC or whether it's Marvel or anything. I read Iron Man and I'm like, I don't really know what's going on, because it's so intertwined with everything else. And it's part of the fall of X. And apparently he's married to Emma Frost, because it's a ruse to, the Sentinels are using his technology to, I don't really know what's going on. And that's the thing. I'm like, I'm so far removed. I don't really, it's like, I don't know. It's like you're going over to the cool kid's house and they're using all the vernacular. And I'm like, what are these people talking about? I don't even know what they're talking about. And that's kind of the way I feel reading this, that I don't have the knowledge, the outside knowledge, to really appreciate the story itself. And that's the reason I've been going back and actually reading older comics and picking up spots where I may have missed, like, oh, it's 1982. I've read a lot of stuff, but I didn't get these 3 titles. Let me get these 3 titles. And that seems to be what I'm doing now more than anything else, is going back and reading older comics, not reading the new ones. And I don't know, I think it's just nostalgia, I guess. I just don't want to stop getting Iron Man. That's the one that, my thing. And so I'm like, hey, I'll still pull that. But I've been reading it, but I don't really understand what's going on. In fact, I got one and I haven't read it. I set it on a pile. I'm sure you've got a pile of reading, and what ends up happening is I go to that pile and I go, well, let's see what's behind this one. And that one gets put on the bottom. And I read these other things and I don't read that one. And what's on the pile may be something that I'm going to show. Ooh, I may want to show this. Well, I want to reread these. And so I'm rereading a lot of older things or buying older things and reading those before I'm buying anything that's new. I will buy stuff that's strictly cover buy, like that She-Hulk, this Adam Hughes cover with her in the pool. That's sitting there and I'm like, ooh, that's a really cool cover. I bought it for the cover, but I may want to read it. But it keeps getting put at the bottom of the pile, and I still haven't read it. It just got put on the bottom of the pile too. In fact, I read Fantastic Four 82 today. That's what I read, not that Adam Hughes She-Hulk cover that I bought.
So what is it? Same. It's hard for me to pick up a new title. I'm stuck in the 80s. Yeah, it's easy to pick a generation. So how I read, and this kind of goes to my YouTube channel. At one point in time, I thought I wanted to make a video game channel like everybody else. And so the joke was going to be, my power is back on. Yes, it does. We've been showering, I promise. So the joke for my channel was going to be the years later gamer, because like I don't play the stuff that comes out. I play the stuff that came out years ago. That's kind of my jam. So the way that I read comics is I collect an entire arc.
Yes.
So I'll collect. So right now I have 2 short boxes that end to end are in order, built off of comicbookreadingorders.com. And it's all the Dark Knight's Metal and the Batman and Dark Knight's Death Metal. And so all the Batman Who Laughs story, but it fills 2 short boxes. And so it kind of ameliorates the issue that you're having with Iron Man right now, where what I'm reading is up next. So I'm reading Justice League. It's in the bedroom. I have a stack of about 4 or 5 every night. And I finish those issues and I put them in the back of the box, and then I pull the next issues out of the front. And so it'll go from Hawkman to Batman to Superman to Justice League to Supergirl back to Justice League. And it's in order based on comic reading order. So I really do get an entire story in every aspect, but I don't start reading until it's fully collected. So right now I've read all of the first of these 2 boxes, and right now I'm on here. I'm pulling out the front of the chunk. So once I read the next 2 books that are in my bedroom, this is what comes next, and this is the order it comes in. So this is Hawkman number 19, and then comes Supergirl 37.
She had a bad hair day.
Oh, you think?
I think so.
Dude. Supergirl Annual 2. That's when she's the Supergirl who laughs in this story. Batman Superman number 5. This is all Year of the Villain stuff. Year of the Villain number 1, The Commissioner. This is when Jim Gordon is stupid. Harley Quinn Villain of the Year number 1. This apparently got some traction because it's a cool variant that people like. Justice League 38.
Is that from My Comic Shop?
Yeah, a lot of these are from My Comic, because you're filling runs, and if you're looking for Justice League 38 and they don't have it at any of the stores that you go to, where are you going to get it? You're going to get it where it's cheapest. This is all in order, by the way. So this is the order of the story that we're reading. The Justice League 39. Back to Hawkman. And then 2 more. Superman, Batman number 6. Aftermath of the Infected is the Batman Who Laughs. He's like the primary antagonist for like the DC universe at this time. But so all of that I just pulled up. This is all in order. And every night I take 4 books and I go into my bedroom and I read 4 books every night, but I'm reading one continuous story as it goes.
See, and I guess it's funny. I'm sure a lot of people have bought off of Whatnot and Mercuri and all these other places. The only places I've ever bought, I've bought from my LCS. I've bought off the rack at a gas station. I bought off of eBay, and that is it. I think I got one time I bought something from N. Wilson Comics that Mon Comics had, said, hey, this is a great buyer. And he had some Iron Man that I needed to fill in my complete run, because really the reason I want to fill in the complete run is I want to start at 1 and just read the entire volume. I just want to read the entire thing. I don't care about any other ancillary stories. I just want to go, hey, Iron Man 1 all the way to the end of volume 1. And I guess I need to check out my comic shop to fill in some of those gaps that I have in my Iron Man run, volume 1.
Yeah, like if you go on eBay, so Justice League 29, for example, I could find it on eBay for $2, but with shipping, they're going to charge me $5.99. My comic shop, the shipping is going to be $17, but I can go up to like 50 books.
See.
And so then I'm getting, whenever I order, like my receipts from my comic shop look insane, because it's like Justice League 28, Batman 32, Batman 33, Crossed 18. And so it's all over the place in terms of like what I'm ordering from them, because it's just run fillers.
And I see Martin, the Aussie comic collector, he gets a lot of stuff from my comic shop as well.
They're
he's
great.
Always pulling those, and he's always got, and that's the reason I knew that's what that was, because it had that barcode sticker on it, which I recognized from him showing issues, that barcode sticker on there.
Okay, so you said, yeah, you get the 90s. Okay, so Lady Death.
Yes.
Are my, just because I'm learning the tech, is the technology, is it showing the image correct, or are you seeing it backwards?
The image is correct.
Okay,
I can read it.
On my screen it's showing me backwards.
It's showing it backwards, right? And so it's freaking you out. It's like, is everybody seeing this backwards?
But like, okay, so these are some examples. House of Secrets 61. This is 1963. This is first appearance of Eclipso. 61. So this is 31 issues before Swamp Thing was invented. And this, I got this for $80 on Mercari. This is a $300 book any day of the week. It's because Mercari, it's not an auction site. Someone puts up a book and says, I want this much money. And then no matter how much they put it up for, you as the looker have the ability to offer a lower number. And so if someone puts up a book and says, I want $400 for this book, you can say, I'll give you 50. And they can sit on it for 24 hours and they can pull the trigger and take it. But here's another one. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 134, first cameo appearance of Darkseid. I got this one for $50 in a 4.0. Get the hell out of here. That's like a $130 book any day of the week. But again, Mercari.
Now, the inside of that book, that image of Darkseid, is he like on a video screen? Because I've never read that.
He's on a little monitor at the very last page, and off panel, you hear the speaker say like, "Hail Darkseid," and you see like his image. Okay. So that's a true cameo. It's one image. He's not even speaking on camera. He doesn't say, "I'm Darkseid." Someone else says, "Hail Darkseid." So there's a lot going against it in terms of like that debate of what's a cameo, what's a real book. There's another one I just got on Mercari. That was eBay. Yeah, here we go. This is Mercari. Adventure Comics 128. This is my oldest Superman book. This is 1948. This is the first appearance. Well, this is the first meeting of Superboy and Lois Lane.
Okay.
And $116 for a Golden Age. Golden Age. Yeah, it's not a major key, but it's a key.
But it's still, yeah.
It's still a key. It's a Golden Age book, and we looked it up on the census, and this is the lowest grade. So top of the census, baby. But yeah, so like Mercari, I love Mercari. I find deals in Mercari every day. My most famous deal, well, it's not famous. In my house, it's famous. The best deal I got, I'm gonna see if I can find the picture. Because they always let you have access to like what your purchases were. But I only saw a portion of one book. See if I can find it. Oh, here it is. So I only saw this. This is the lot. It was $40. See if we can get it to. It was $40.
Yeah.
And he took 32. Okay. This was the image. It was a lot of Alien books. I only saw this one Alien book corner right here. That blue one.
Yes.
That I knew from that blueness right there that was the first Alien versus Predator. It is a very distinct cover. I knew it because I knew that book. And I was like, cool, $32. That's usually a $20 book. The rest will be gravy.
Mm-hmm.
That collection came in. It had first prints of every single Alien book for the first like 15 volumes. So like the first 6 books of Alien, the first appearance of Alien, all first prints were there. All the stories after that, Hive, Labyrinth, everything. And then it had a couple Alien versus Predator books, $32. So like I've gotten some crazy deals in Mercari. So it really is worth messing around with.
Okay. You said you thought about starting a YouTube channel about gaming. Were you watching a lot of gaming?
I still do. I don't watch people play live, but I watch like a lot of like reviews and documentaries and story times. Gaming's definitely a part of my life.
Anything else you're watching on YouTube? Because usually when you're watching, I mean, I don't watch TV anymore. I'm constantly watching YouTube. I don't really watch TV at all. So there's more than, my thing was I started watching D&D videos. I didn't watch people play. It was always theory. It was always game theory and those kind of things. So I figured there was something else. When people go into YouTube, they usually go, oh, I'm going to watch something else. They're always watching something else. So you're watching gaming, anything else you're watching besides gaming?
Lately, much to my wife's chagrin, I'm into playing like a mindless video game and then pulling up like Reddit stories on my phone and then listening to AI talk about like, I, 31F, caught my wife, 36M, cheating on me. And it's just like, this is how I ruined her life. And so she hates it because like she's like, all you're doing is listening to stories about people cheating on each other. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like it's so much drama. But she absolutely hates it. But yeah, that's lately, like the last 2 months, that's all I've been doing.
Okay.
Damn. So, okay, I call this a massive success. I'm a lot more comfortable streaming. This is very helpful. I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem.
I mean, I will definitely be offering more now that I'm more comfortable doing this in like the chats. If there's like 4 people being like, hey, yeah, let's jump on, then yeah, I'll totally jump on. This was fun.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't decided what I'm going to do for a live yet, even if I want to do that. That's the reason I was sort of, when you texted me and it was, hey, you want to get on? You want to host? I was like, no, not really.
No, seriously, I felt the exact same thing because I'm a big old bitch with this stuff. Like if I haven't done something 10 times, I'm still a mess. And so like even today, this happened today. I knew what I wanted to film for my video. And then I went in a completely different direction and I was kind of nervous about it. And I'm like, dude, you've done like 50 videos at this point. You should probably calm down. It doesn't matter. The anxiety's still there. So like, especially doing something new like this. So streaming is definitely new for me. I think now that I have like the connections of like good people who want to get together, I think that would be really fun. It's really easy. It's really easy, I will say. We'll see how it uploads if that's not a pain in the balls.
Mm-hmm.
But on your end, like, what is your plan for like a technology upgrade? Are you going for a camera first? You want to go for a microphone? Are you going to go for the hat trick?
I don't know. I thought about just getting a new phone, upgrading my phone.
What do you want?
Yeah, because right now the back of my phone is got tape on it, and so I could use a new phone. And I'm like, why spend money on 3 separate devices? A camera, a microphone. You know, I could just put all those 2 or 3 into one device and use that phone for everything, especially since some of these phones can shoot in 4K and you know, they have all these things. So I'm like, maybe I just need to upgrade my phone because my phone is an older phone.
Yeah, all my videos are recorded. The videos are recorded on my phone, which does 4K. Mm-hmm. This camera here, the one that I showed you, I like this camera. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about getting that camera just for lives because it seems like this camera isn't as good as quality as that one as far as the visuals on it. It just doesn't seem to be mine on this because I'm just using the camera that's on.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, Digger Jim. Searching the internet. Hey, what's going on? Ricky's live. Let's check out Ricky, see what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, I just think from an audience perspective, like if you're a viewer and you're watching someone's video and the video looks like butt, like how likely are you to stick around? Or if the audio sucks, how likely are you to stick around? So I do think it is an investment. Like the microphone was like, when I bought it, it was like $350, like no joke. Mm-hmm. But it's a beast. The audio is great on it. I've put it through the ringer. But the video and the audio, yeah, Jim agrees. But like, would you stick around if the video looked like ass? You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
What are you using to edit your videos?
100% on my phone right now. 100% on my phone. Yes, 100%. I use iMovie on my phone to every single video.
You use iMovie on your phone. Okay.
Yep, specifically. So I film the V Shore 7 mic. This mic comes with a software for your iPhone when you plug it in. And so I initially record my video on that software, save it to my phone, and then I open iMovie, and then bing, bang, boom, I'm editing the video on iMovie. Every video I've made, all the cuts, everything that you've seen has been done through iMovie, and just like tricks that I've learned. Like if you layer the video this way, you can add this effect, stuff like that. But when I do the wrestling content, what I want to do is I want to do it like this, where I'm talking and I'm being the host, and then I cut to just you, and then you do your bit, and then I cut to the other guy, but then I'm going to save that file to the desktop and then edit it and then upload it. So I'm going to be using StreamYard as the recording software. Yeah. You got a new camera that year for that reason.
See, I'm using iMovie as well, but I'm just using the computer, not my phone, to do all the editing.
Yeah, so you actually, on the computer version or the even the tablet version, has more features than what the phone has. Right. So the phone sucks. Like I can only have one image at a time as a cutaway.
See, I can only have one image. Maybe there's something I'm not figuring out that I can have 2 images because I can only put up like one image. Like if I want to because I wanted to show a contrast between this book and have the other book in the middle. I wanted to show 2 other books, and I'm like, it's not letting me put 2 images on there. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to think of a trick around doing that. So what you could do,
unless you film yourself with one.
And then add a second video.
And then add a second video and layer the videos. Now I can do that.
Yeah,
use I'm gonna edit his videos.
I'm gonna have to do something like that when I start doing the wrestling stuff, because I'm gonna have the file on the computer, and I'm not gonna export it to my phone so that I can cut it. I'm not doing that. And I also want to have like better like footers and custom ones for each wrestler, so that yours would be specific to what your character is. If you want to pay someone on Etsy to make your custom name, then do it, and then we'll include it. But yeah, I definitely I want to get more into that aspect of it. I think the wrestling idea allows for more channels to be involved together, and us to kind of like, because here's the thing. You've got like what, 270 subscribers?
Yeah.
I've got 197 as of before recording this. I don't think you have all 197 of mine.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. So I think probably realistically, 70% of my audience is unique people. 70% of your audience is unique people. So, and whoever your opponent would be, if they have 500 subscribers, you don't have 263 of their 500 subscribers. 70% of their subscribers are people that have never heard of you before. So if we all get together and we all start accumulating those subscribers, I think all the boats can rise with the tide.
Right. What I seem to do is I seem to seek out this past year. I kind of used what Big B did with the shout out initiative to shout people out and go, oh, this will be somebody else that I can get involved with. If I like their stuff, I'm watching their stuff. That way I can get more people involved with that and kind of branch out that way. You get loyal customers in a sense when you're shouting people out. Obito is in the house.
Wow. I thought he died.
No, he hasn't. What's up, Obito?
Okay, so Jim, real talk. If you go to my channel and you like any of my thumbnails, if you think my thumbnails are good at all, or even competent, not even talented, right? This is all I do. I go to IMG Flip, which is a meme maker. I upload a custom background, and then I take a photo of myself with my phone, and then I hold my thumb on my picture, and it crops out everyone but my face. And then now I copy my face into the background, and I do like my expressions or my whatever, and then I can use the custom text and move things around. And that's how I make all of my thumbnails.
I know my thumbnails are very basic and plain, but I seem to like somebody who is more into marketing that I know was looking at my stuff, and he's like, well, you need to do this and this. And I said, I kind of like my thumbnails because I've kind of got a pattern, so that when people are looking in the side there,
yeah,
they go,
you have a brand.
That's one that's Mr. A, because it always has the blue and the white, and you can easily read what the title is on it. Sometimes when I try to use some of the other software to create these, there's too much going on, and then you can't read what the title actually was. I want to make sure that as you're scrolling down, oh, that's Mr. Akins right there. That's what's on the comic rack. And you can quickly read what it says there as you're scrolling through the sidebar there. That's the only reason I leave mine the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a brand.
Yeah, and I've kind of stuck with it, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go with it and go on. What's up, Obito? He says he is fine. The rumors of his demise are inaccurate.
Greatly exaggerated.
Greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be busy. Just busy.
Yeah. Well, I see every once in a while he will post things. I know he's doing music. He's going to the gym. He's living the life. We've already done all those things. Now we're at this point.
Once he sees his first boob, his channel's just dead. It's gone. It's over. It's a wrap. Areola hardly knew her. But yeah, so I mean, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this. And
no problem.
I definitely, like, now that like the Band-Aid's been ripped, I definitely want to be able to do this more.
You only need to do it 9 more times now, and then it'll be over.
Yeah, then it'll only be like, we'll be lowered down to like liquid diarrhea, and then 100 more times after that, the nervous erection goes. So I think we'll be in good shape. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate
Hey, no
that.
problem.
Okay. Well, we'll do it again. I promise.
See you
Bye,
later.
everybody. Thank you for coming by.